Welcome back to EtherLink AI Insights. I'm Alex, and I'm here with Sam today to talk about something that sounds like it came straight out of a sci-fi novel, but it's actually happening right now. We're diving into the AI Vision Quest happening in Finnish Lapland, and honestly, when I first heard about this, I thought, why would executives trade their corner offices for the Arctic wilderness to learn about AI?
That's the right question to start with, Alex, because on the surface, it sounds like a retreat, like a spa day with some coding mixed in. But what EtherLink is really doing here is solving a massive problem. 78% of enterprise leaders feel completely unprepared to lead AI transformation in their organizations. Meanwhile, companies that actually deploy AI agents are seeing 40% faster decision cycles and 35% higher efficiency. That gap is enormous.
So it's not just about learning AI, it's about the fact that executives know they need to understand it, but they're struggling, they're stuck, and the program addresses that by taking them somewhere completely different. Tell me more about why the location itself matters so much here.
There's actual neuroscience behind this. When you remove people from their normal environment, the status anxiety, the constant emails, the organizational politics, their brains actually rewire. Research from the University of Kyoto shows that nature-based immersion can increase neuroplasticity and learning retention by 26%. The midnight sun in Lapland creates this constant state of alertness and possibility. You're literally in a place where normal rules don't apply, the sun doesn't set, and that psychological shift opens you up to real transformation.
Okay, that makes sense. But beyond the scenery, what are people actually building and learning during this 7-day program? It's not just sitting by a lake drinking coffee, right?
No, absolutely not. This is hands-on. Real work. Participants are building personal AI agents, actual systems they can deploy. They're mastering something called golden prompt stacks, which is way more sophisticated than just knowing how to write a good ChatGPT prompt. And they're creating a 90-day transformation roadmap they take back to their organizations. This is about moving from theory to tangible implementation.
Golden prompt stacks. I want to unpack that because I think that's where a lot of executives get lost. Sam, most AI training focuses on prompt engineering. What's the difference between that and what this program teaches?
That's actually one of the 3 major blind spots the program tackles. Most executives learn basic prompt writing. Ask the AI nicely, and you'll get better answers. But what they really need is context engineering. It's about understanding how to structure your organizational information, workflows, and knowledge so that AI agents can operate autonomously within your business. That's systems thinking, not syntax tricks. It's the difference between knowing how to talk to AI and knowing how to architect it into your business.
That's a huge distinction. So one blind spot is context engineering over prompt engineering. What are the other 2 critical gaps you see executives struggling with?
The second one is shadow AI and governance risk. Here's the shocking stat. 61% of enterprises report that employees are deploying generative AI tools without IT approval. Executives have no idea this is happening in their own companies. And now, with the EU AI Act coming into effect in 2025-2026, there are real compliance obligations, documented risk assessments, transparency logs, human oversight for high-risk applications. Most leaders are completely blind to this exposure.
So it's not just that they don't understand AI, they don't understand the risks and regulatory landscape around it. What's the third blind spot?
AI agent orchestration. Everyone's familiar with ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot. These are single-tool solutions, but the real power for enterprises comes from orchestrated multi-agent systems. Imagine AI agents across your accounting department, marketing, customer success, product development, all communicating with each other, coordinating workflows, creating a true business operating system. Most executives haven't even conceptualized that yet.
Okay, so this program isn't just teaching executives about AI in isolation. It's teaching them how to integrate it throughout their entire organization as a cohesive system. But here's what I'm curious about. The program caps at 8 participants. Why such a small group? Why not scale it?
Because the peer cohort effect is actually central to the transformation. With 8 executives from different industries working together, you get cross-pollination of ideas, real accountability, and relationships that continue after the retreat ends. That's where the magic happens. Not from the instructors, but from learning alongside other leaders facing the same challenges. Scale it to 50 people, and you destroy that dynamic entirely.
So it's intentionally designed to be intimate. And I want to circle back to the EU AI Act because, Sam, you mentioned it creates compliance obligations. But the program frames this as a competitive advantage, not just a regulatory box to check. How does that work?
Think about it strategically. The EU AI Act is the world's strictest AI governance framework. Most enterprises see that and think compliance burden. But here's the real insight. Companies that build robust governance frameworks, transparency logging, and human-in-the-loop systems from day one don't just avoid regulatory fines. They actually build trust with customers, investors, and employees. They move faster because their AI deployments are documented and defensible. It becomes a competitive moat, not a constraint.
That's a fascinating reframe. So rather than viewing compliance as slowing you down, you view it as part of your strategic advantage. Let me ask you this. Who should actually attend this retreat? Is it for every executive, or is there a specific profile that would get the most value?
It's designed for executives, entrepreneurs, and AI-curious leaders who are past the "should we care about AI" phase and into "how do we actually implement this?" You need to be someone who's ready to get hands-on, who can take what you build back to your organization, and who's willing to invest a full week away. It's not for someone looking for a keynote and a certificate. It's for someone ready to actually transform how they lead.
Perfect clarity on that. So to wrap this up, we've got this incredible setting in Finnish Lapland. Small, intimate groups, hands-on building of actual AI systems, and a framework that addresses the specific gaps executives struggle with. Plus, you're learning within a compliance-first mindset from day one. Sam, what's the one thing you'd want people to take away from this conversation?
That transformation doesn't happen in conference rooms. It happens when you remove yourself from the noise, surround yourself with peers who get it, build something real, and then return to your organization with a concrete roadmap and relationships that support accountability. The location is beautiful, but it's the structure and depth of learning that actually changes how you lead.
Beautifully said. Folks, if you want to dive deeper into the AI Vision Quest, all the details, the dates, how to apply, what's included, you can find the full article at etherlink.ai. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll be back soon with more AI insights. Take care.